SportsBit is powered by BetOnline, driving the opening odds market since 2001. Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A+ rated platform in the link below.
Live, recorded live from Las Vegas on a Thursday morning, January 4th. This is SportsBit, betting insight today from SBRpicks.com. We've got big game breakdowns on the way. We're talking NFL Sunday, a pair of wildcard games, and NBA for tonight. But first, let's do a recap. A quick, fast-paced recap of all the betting action from last night. We call it BBBBBB, bad beats, bad bets, bad for the books. Didn't see any bad beats last night. Maybe there was something I missed, but there were a good handful of bad bets. Let's start with a couple in the Mountain West Conference. New Mexico was taking money. Lobos, plus 11 to plus 9 against Boise. They were blown out by halftime, lost by 28. UNLV bet up from minus 11.5 to minus 13.5 against San Jose State. Rebels needed overtime just to win that ball game. The bettors did not have particularly good reads in the Mountain West Conference last night. Bad for books, there were a ton of them. The books did not enjoy Wednesday night. Let's start right here with the 76ers and the Spurs. 76ers bet from minus 1.5 up to minus 4.5. The Spurs, the over, I should say, a bet from 204 up to 207.5. Well, what do we know? Spurs in the second of backs-to-backs. What do we see? No Leonard, no Ginobili, no Green, no Parker, no Gay. And then, of course, Joel Embiid in for Philly. Those quickest to the trigger got in and got the money on the who's sitting, who's playing for Philly, San Antonio. Embiid, 21 points, 11 boards, despite playing through a strained right hand. The over cashed as well. A couple of more bad results for the book. Certainly when it comes to totals, the Rockets Magic under. A bet down from 220 to 217. There was only 37 points in the first quarter. Bettors coasted thereafter. Houston might be a good notch or two better on defense without James Harden in the lineup. They certainly showed it last night. And the Warriors Mavs took a bunch of over money. 216 bet up to 220.5. Dallas, they're really picking up the pace with Dennis Smith back in the rotations. Bettors expected an up-tempo affair, and they got it. And the Mavericks continue to push the tempo. Here's one that was real bad for the books. I'll tell you that. You might call it a terrible result for the books. LSU, plus 4.5, down to plus 2.5 against Kentucky. They lost the game by 3, 74-71. Not just the LSU bettors cashing in on most of the move, but there was a plenty of Kentucky buyback at the end. 3, probably the worst possible number for this game to fall on for the sports books. They paid out LSU bets. They paid out Kentucky bets. That's not good. Middle in college hoops last night. UConn was another bad result for the books last night. This is a sweat job of the night. You know, the Huskies never trailed by more than 3 over the final 11 minutes of regulation, but you don't cash your ticket there. It goes all the way through the first overtime. You don't cash your ticket there. Second OT against Tulsa. UConn closed plus 2.5 after opening plus 4. They lost 90-88. You sweated, but you got the money. Books did poorly on the Indiana State Loyola Chicago game. Indiana State took a ton of money. Sycamores only lost by 4. And Virginia bet up against Virginia Tech. The Cavaliers from 1.5 to 3.5. Both easy right side winners for the betting markets. So overall, Wednesday, not a great day for the house. Bettors got the best of it with the majority of line moves. Yesterday on this show, we talked about the NFL strength of schedule angle using the Sagarin numbers that has broadly predicted first-round winners at a pretty high clip, 41-18-1 ATS over the last 15 years. I find flaws in the Sagarin numbers. Consistently, I find flaws. The way I do it is real simple. I go back and grade every game a team played, their opponent's power rating that week. What's the difference? Well, let's take a look at a team like the San Francisco 49ers. All right, the 49ers, before Jimmy Garoppolo was in the lineup, they were as bad as the Browns. They were right there with Cleveland at the very bottom of the league. With Jimmy Garoppolo, they played a touchdown or more better. So whether you played San Francisco in September and October or whether you played them in December made a huge difference. The Packers with Aaron Rodgers versus Brent Hundley, touchdown more or difference. The Texans with Deshaun Watson versus everybody else at quarterback, touchdown more or difference. The Chiefs, they started 5-0. They had that 1-6 run in the middle where they were terrible, the 4-0 finish. When did you play Kansas City? My powering numbers on the Chiefs were adjusted by a TD plus over the course of the campaign. And of course, the Cowboys, those 3 games without Zeke, they were pretty ugly. The rest of the season, they weren't. You find these dramatic differences in how good a team was, despite the fact that their numbers say, oh, well, this team finished 11-5. That's who they are. This team finished 6-10. That's who they are. What I do, again, I go through every game every week, look at my powering number for their opponent. This is what I came up with. I'm going to call it Teddy's true NFL strength of schedule. These are the playoff teams. The schedules are ranked toughest to easiest. The Falcons, the Bills, the Panthers, the Saints, the Chiefs. Those are the 5 most battle-tested teams. At the other end of the equation, the Titans, the Eagles, the Jaguars. Those 3 teams in particular faced much easier than average schedules in terms of opponent strength this season. What can I say? Bet accordingly. Big game breakdown coming up next, right here on Sports. But yeah, we've got a pair of NFL playoff games for Sunday. Don't touch that dial.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.